Welcome, Libra. This is your weekly focus for January the 7th through to the 13th, 2019. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Thank you. So, a recap of where we are in the energy. We had the solar eclipse on the 5th in Capricorn. Okay, and that's home and family. And you're going to be going through a lot of different changes and transitions when it comes to home and family over the next year, over the next 18 months. I don't think it's a short time with the strong moon energies. So you will be looking at your home, your family life. And perhaps work is going to get in there too with the energy. But right now, it's very strong. It's very strong for you about home and family, your foundations, your heritage, your private life, your emotional foundation. Absolutely, that's a part of it. Subconscious patterns are going to be revealed to you. See that you can break some habits or some behaviors that maybe you didn't even realize you were doing. It's just something that you do. It's like walking or talking. You don't think about it, you just do it. It becomes a part of who you are, and realizing where it might be putting up roadblocks in your life, where it's not allowing you to move past a fear or an anxiety, and those kinds of things can be released right now in your life. So expect transformation. Maybe where you live, with whom you live with, the people that are closest to you, who you call your family, your tribe. Then we had Uranus on the Sunday prior to this video being put out. Uranus going stationary direct, and that's in relationships. So expect surprises. Expect surprises. If you are not in a relationship, you could meet true love. Absolutely. You see the beauty where there was none before in maybe your environment, your surroundings. Maybe the world has a more beautiful color to it right now through your eyes, through your lenses. You're seeing the beauty in people, perhaps. I brought this up in another sign, and it was this little Facebook, you know, 2 or 3 minute clip. And it was 4 people, and they were showing pictures of 3 other people. And they got to put up words to describe what kind of person they were. And so, racist and self-centered and power-driven, and just things that we wouldn't like in a characteristic of a person that we would want to bond with or anything. We don't want to get to know these people because obviously they're like this, and I'm not like that. The negative. But little did they know they were going to meet these people. And at the end of meeting these people, they said, wow, I just went for the negative that I was looking at. I didn't see the positive. I didn't see the beauty. I didn't see the person that you truly are. And I'm so grateful for meeting you. And so, you got to put on that set of lenses where you're not really looking at the negative as much as you were looking at the positive. We have Venus going into Sagittarius, so your voice. I mean, if you are a writer right now, this is the time to write. I tell you, you are just going to, the words will flow. The poem will show up, the story will show up in front of your eyes. If you blog, your word is very powerful, or it will be very powerful going forward till I think the beginning of February. So it's people want to hear what you have to say. They're interested in who you are, and what you're talking about. Maybe not so much who you are, but yeah, who's the creator of this masterpiece, this idea, this invention, this way forward. So you have the gift, you have the melody in your voice to soothe the beast, right? It's so use that to your advantage. Think through what you want to say, the message that you want to convey, so it flows smoothly. Strong voice with that happening. We also have, Tuesday and Wednesday, there's a little bit of negative energy in there because Mars and Mercury are kind of, not in too much agreement. And that could be home and family, and that could be relationships for you. So don't just lash out. Don't just incite change for the sake of something different being there. Don't speak without thinking it through, because you can't take back those words. So it's about the plan strategy. It's about, I want to convey this to them. So I need to use these words, this tone, in order for them to invite in and hear and listen to what I have to say. So during the Tuesday and the Wednesday, just to be a little bit more of a pullback kind of energy. Don't just want to give your opinion or your 2 cents worth or act out in some way. To show some kind of restraint, some kind of pulling back, some kind of thinking it through, making the plan, because we have the sun going over Pluto, right? Transiting right over top of Pluto. So, or past Pluto, I should say. And that's your warrior. That's where you feel like where you live and how it shows the person you are or defines you in some way or makes you feel strong within your own environment. So it might be your independence and you're looking at towards moving in with somebody, or that kind of energy where you have to look at what you are giving up in order to what you want to step into. It's about you. It's about your hopes. It's about your dreams. It's about your viewpoint. So pay close attention to that. And then we'll have Mercury also in there wanting to move forward. So this could be redecorating. This could be going and looking at homes or flats or apartments or and where to live in order to where to set your roots to create that home environment. It could be people coming into your life right now offering that to you. It could be a shift within people coming and going. So there's a lot of energy to be had. And there might have something to do with your routines. Maybe where you are losing time, pay attention to where you are wasting time or energy within your routines. You want to work smarter, not harder, so to speak. Ground yourself in some kind of routine. That could be a little hard for you this week, but the more you're grounded in routine, so let's say you're moving or something, and all of a sudden you go into the boss, and I need this time off because I got to pack and I got to be out there in so many days, and I don't have any time, and and we're taking ourselves completely out of our routine. So try and work in how you're going to pack up your stuff within going to work each day, and not trying to let it interfere with a different part of your life, your environment, your activities. Let's see what the cards have to say. The Death card. Yeah, there's transformation here for you. Absolutely. It's like you let out that inner child within. You are celebrating who you are, where you want to go. You are stepping into some kind of liberation or freedom, or creating it for yourself. Now, it could definitely be through your voice this week, where you actually, I wouldn't suggest Tuesday or Wednesday being one of those days, but where you hold the floor and you can talk your way into opportunities. Or maybe it's a new relationship coming in. Maybe you felt trapped and isolated where you live, and the opportunity opens up where you can move to exactly the kind of environment you want. And so that kind of gives you that breathing room, that sense of being grounded and in control. There's definite transformation coming in your life this week, so expect it, go with the flow. It's your first card, so there's definitely every one of you will have something like that wow moment, or something coming together that you didn't expect to come together, or not as fast at least, or you just meet the right people and it just opens up the doorway to you because you start talking about what you like, and they go back and they tell somebody else, and all of a sudden your phone is ringing with this great opportunity. And don't say yes or no right away. Think it through. Does it honor your path going forward? You know, if we have the star. So strong cards, strongest cards I've seen in a reading yet. The star card is making the impossible possible by believing in it, by having a faith, a confidence. It's not hoping and wishing and dreaming, but it's knowing that you can make this something tangible in your life, that there is a way forward. Well, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups hasn't been too shy so far this week. You know, we can get pulled in too many directions. When this kind of energy is coming into your life, you could be pulled this way and that way. It's kind of like asking for time off so you can pack the boxes, because it's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? And your focus keeps changing to different directions, and you truly don't really accomplish anything by the end of it because you were all over the place. You were scattered, looking at all the different things that you had to do, or the places that required or demanded your presence, your thoughts, your ideals of your tomorrow. So try to stay grounded, try to stay in routine, try and filter through the stuff that can be on the back burner right now so that you can focus on one or two things at a time rather than everything coming to you at once. And you know, being a mom of two special needs children, I was told at the very start by this incredibly gifted mother of great wisdom, and she said, no matter how urgent it seemed, do not sign anything on the spot. Always take it home. Even if you don't read it through, tell them you're going to read it through, just in case, before you sign it. You're sure everything's fine, but and it kind of gives you a little bit of empowerment within that group, if nothing else. Because most people are told sign here, and you sign, and then it's like, well, I want this in their program, or I want you to start doing that, and it's like, well, that's not really in the document that we came to agreement to, so maybe we can look at it down the road. And so you, long story, but I could go on and on about that. But you know, it's reading the fine print right now. It's making sure that the opportunity is right for you. It might be a lease that you're reading. Two of Pentacles. So don't let things kind of pull you away that you don't give it the time or the energy that it deserves going forward. Two of Pentacles, there's great things happening for you. There's great paths opening up to you. And, you know, both of them are, many of them are different scenarios of them, all offer promise. Finances getting better, love getting better, spirituality, health, well-being, stature in the community. But it's almost like you are at a crossroads of now it's time to start making some decisions about what truly brings happiness and joy to you, where you feel grounded, what your truth truly is. Especially when it comes to what defines you as a person. What do you want to be involved with? Where do you want to cut ties in your life in order to really truly be in your authentic true self? We have the sun. So there's a lot of beautiful energy about relationships right now. I would have to say that um, there could be some magical moments when it comes to relationships this week. Stepping forward, offering in new energy, new commitments, stronger commitments. This could be meeting somebody and they're just right for you in every way. It's like you've known each other forever, but you've only just met. It's about taking relationships and commitments to the next level. It's about finding the true support, love, respect within the relationship dynamics. So there could be something very strong happening, just out of the blue, perhaps. Um, the light comes from you. So it's how you're feeling about yourself. It's about raising your energy and raising it to a point um, where the relationships need strengthening or beauty brought in or new journeys and expectations going forward together. It's about getting excited about those things and things really appearing out of simply nowhere just because you've taken the steps in order to do that. So it also has to do with the work that you have been putting into the relationship. And perhaps where some relationships need more work in your life, and where, regardless of how much energy you've given that relationship, there isn't a two-way street, and it actually takes away from your energy and your light. And we have the Magician. Ask and you shall receive. Watch your wording. Okay, you say you want more money and you walk out down that sidewalk and you find a coin. You've got more money. I had a car, and if you watch me, this is a repeat, okay? So, um, but I used to drive what is considered a Bondo buggy. And I drove many of them, and basically it was a car just being held together by, glue and cement and Bondo, right? Bondo buggies. And, I just thought, you know, oh, I just want a car where I look good in it. Like the car, it looks like it's actually worth something. And along came this, and it was early 80s, and along came this New Yorker, this gold New Yorker. And it talked to you. I mean, in the 80s, early 80s, cars didn't talk to you. So that was like, oh my goodness, that was so cool. And it was like, I bought it. I don't think I bought a car for over $500. So, $300 to $500 mark. And I'm driving down the highway. It's my first ride out. I'm all gussied up, and I'm just celebrating this moment where I am driving this gold New Yorker down the road. Look at me. And um, I'm driving down the road, and all of a sudden the car speaks to me, and it says your electrical system will now fail. And all of a sudden I find myself just cranking that steering wheel as much as I could to kind of veer off the road before I came to a complete stop. And so I realized that, you know, I looked good behind the car, even though it was completely broken down on the side of the road. So I went back to saying, I just need a car going from A to B. I'm kind of good with that. So what are you saying when you're asking God, your angels, the universe, source to bring beauty and magic into your life? Your dreams, your aspirations, your wishes, your desires. Now pay attention to your wording, add to your wording. Think of adjectives and descriptions that will truly define exactly what you want present in your tomorrow. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.